Hey everybody, I have no idea how this channel, known as New Smyrna Times out of Florida, has less than 3,000 subscribers. He does wonderful work. He exposes tyrants firsthand. Everybody can learn from this channel. His name is Doc Fox. Please go to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to tell him News Now California sent you, and I will see you over there. Thanks, everybody.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
This gentleman wants to have a word with you. He
Sure.
wants to know what you're doing, what's going on. He's custodian
Okay, 6
of
feet,
the
please.
airport.
6 feet, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, what's the question?
First of all,
Yes,
my
sir.
name is Brian. I'm with the authority here.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I don't want to be a smart aleck, but what do you mean? I just spoke with these gentlemen and gave.
Yeah, but-
I'm filming.
You need to speak with him. He has the authority to ask those questions.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand.
Well, you need to stop what you're doing.
When did this become a private airport? This is a public place, right? We're allowed to film in public. I mean, that's First Amendment. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing illegal is happening here, sir. You said your name was what? I'm sorry. You introduced yourself.
Yeah, it's John Brian Singleton,
Yes, sir. And you do what here?
and I am in the operations,
Okay.
and I'm telling you that you have to have permission to do what you're doing,
I do.
and you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is this a public
We
place,
can go ahead
officer? Is
and
this?
go ahead with a trespass because I'm not going to argue with this guy. Okay?
You do understand if you trespass me from a public place that you're violating my rights and you lose qualified immunity, right?
Do you have identification?
No, sir, I don't. I gave you my identification.
Okay.
We can do what John does.
You understand you're violating the law right now. Can I get a supervisor out here, please?
He's on his way.
A supervisor on his way. May I please have your name for the record since this is turning into something it doesn't need to be? Miss, I have readers that are unable to read. May I please have your name per department policy? Will you please verbalize it? Will you please verbalize your name and ID number for department policy?
What department?
I'm asking you for a public records request under the Florida Government and the Sunshine Manual. You're required as a public official to disclose information you have readily available. I'm asking you to disclose your name and badge number,
There's
please.
my information.
Thank you. Sir, may I have your information, or you could verbalize it? Your call.
Same thing, I'll give you a card, okay? Bring your house.
Thank you. May I have cards from you officers as well, please? Or you can just verbalize it. I don't need to take your resource.
My name is right here.
I have viewers that are not able to read, sir. That's why they watch videos, because they can't read. Barnett, what'd you say?
Barnett.
And your ID number, please?
This is the one you need to know.
34223.
34223.
3448.
And your name again, sir? Please, for the record.
Evans, officer.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Now, again, Mr. Singleton, what exactly am I doing wrong?
What's your first name?
Fox.
Your last name? Your first name is Fox?
First name's Fox.
And your last name is Harjan?
Tarzan.
Okay.
Call me Doc Fox.
What's your date of birth?
I'm not going to give that, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Not a problem.
You understand it's a violation of the Bain Act, right? You're not able to interfere with journalists working on a story. This is a constitutionally protected activity, sir. In a public place.
Sir?
Public.
All this that you're doing, I do this every day. This is part of my job. You're being trespassed from the airport, okay?
For what crime?
Crime, let's just make it loitering.
Loitering? No, I have a purpose. I have a purpose. You can't do loitering. Loitering's not allowed.
You're being trespassed.
For what reason? Excuse me? Chapter A. What's Chapter A? Municipal Code. So you're going to criminalize a constitutionally protected activity. That's what you're saying?
Do we have the trespass running?
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're starting it right now.
So where's the supervisor that's allowing this to happen? Because I see no stripes on anybody's arms here.
He's on his way.
I see no stripes whatsoever, guys. So now we're doing B-roll footage. It looks like the original story is going to get scrapped, or at least we'll recognize what we can. Are you trying to get a picture? I need a picture?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Does that work? Good. I'm also going to need a P number. I'm going to request all of this information as public records, including that photo that you just took. Sir, can I review that image, public records request? Sure. May I please review the image so we can go ahead and show it? Yes, I'd like to make sure that it's not altered or anything like that. Perfect. Anything like that. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Wow.
This guy actually knows how to comply with public records. He knows a little bit of something. 119.07, by the way, if you guys are curious as to what makes it a crime for a public official not to. Loitering. Can you look up the statute for that? You understand that's unlawful. I'll be going over to the Orlando Police Department next to file a complaint. Show me the Florida statute for loitering and prowling. I have to be somewhere without a purpose. I gave you guys a business card to show you what I did.
Do you have an address, sir?
And a place or time or manner not usual for law-abiding individuals.
Sir.
Not answering your question. Law-abiding individuals are here under circumstances that warrant justifiable and reasonable alarm or immediate concern for the safety of persons in the vicinity. So exactly how am I loitering, guys? Can you read that statute and tell me how I'm loitering? Before you sign your name on that, boss, you might want to wait for your supervisor.
Yeah, he doesn't take his orders from you.
You guys are, oh, actually he does. He's a public servant.
He
I
does.
pay his salary, bud. I also pay part of your salary.
I appreciate that.
I hope you do.
I need a raise too.
Yeah, party sign, that's fine. We just did something on the date of birth, the height, the eye color. You can go for it.
Can I please have your name for the record? You seem to be a cool cop.
Sorry, buddy. I am cool.
May I have your name, please? It ends in a vowel, so you can't be that bad.
Don Lucy,
Lucy? And what's the badge number, please?
2311.
There's the example, guys. I don't know why he doesn't have stripes. Because his name ends in a vowel, probably. When might the supervisor get here? You can get your name either, officer. Could I please have your name for the record? ID number?
Officer Garcia,
Oh yeah, it's down
ID number, please.
34966.
Thank you. All right, so body cams. We have Officer Jones with body cam running. We have Officer Mallard. Mallard, she didn't pronounce it, so I don't know how to say it, guys. Sorry, we'll just butcher it with her body cam running.
You know what? No, if you want
Officer Garcia's got his body cam running.
the legal advisor.
Officer Barnett has his body cam running. Officer Evans has his body cam running.
Just came out of the body.
I don't think Lawsey's got it running, if I'm pronouncing it. Lucy? Lucy. I don't think he's got it
Are
running,
you looking
so
for what?
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 body cam footages we're going to be able to get from these guys, folks. So we will.
Yeah, Mr. Harjan.
Yes.
You're being trespassed from the Orlando International Airport for a period of 1 year
Okay.
for loitering and kind of being disrespectful to the authority that's around you.
Oh, I was being disrespectful? How
On
so?
your copy, you have the number that you have to call before you come to the airport to get permission to be here. If you don't do that and you're spotted here, you can be subject to arrest on the spot.
Right, it has to be an officer
You
that
understand
it has to be an officer that sees me on the property.
No, it doesn't. It could be me.
Are you a law enforcement officer?
I
suggest
can
you.
be.
I suggest
I can be.
you can. You're a duly sworn law
I can
enforcement
be.
officer. So
So
you took an oath
you've
to
been
uphold the
told-
Constitution, and you're still violating the First Amendment.
You've been told.
You're dismissed.
the
Where's the
arrangement-
supervisor,
Oh, I'm
please?
dismissed. Okay. No,
Where's
you're
the
dismissed.
supervisor? She said the supervisor's coming. I'm waiting for the supervisor. I'm not going to make him chase me.
No problem. Excuse me, sir.
No, you good.
He's on his way.
Thank you.
I have everything I need.
All right, thank you.
Loitering and prowling. Oh, Vince Pulowski, megajustice.com. That's who you're going to be hearing from. Vince Pulowski, megajustice.com. You guys just criminalized a constitutionally protected activity. Did you realize that Smith v. Cumming, the 11th Circuit, which governs Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, ruled that citizens have a right to film their public officials in the course of their public duties for matters of public interest? 11th Circuit, it's already ruled on this. 2000, Smith v. Cumming. Look it up. You just violated the law. Qualified immunity doesn't apply. I gave you that information on 1, 2, 3, 4 different cameras. Yet you guys still chose to violate the law. And not a single one of you is saying anything about it. You think it's okay. So we'll find out if it's okay. We got one guy. This guy. Guy wearing shorts with a tan whose name ends in a vowel. He knows how to do stuff, guys. That's the example. One compliment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6, Mr. I can be a law enforcement officer if I want to over there. That'll be interesting to hear him explain that one. Of course, he could lie in the deposition, although under oath that would be perjury, a felony as well. It's funny how they uphold laws, but don't seem to know the laws they're upholding. Let's go ahead and pull up that loitering and prowling so you guys can view it. That's all about state, loitering and prowling.
According to Hussein and Webb.
Alright guys, so while we're waiting, 856.021, I'll put it on the screen. It is unlawful for any person to loiter or prowl in a place at a time or in a manner not usual for law-abiding individuals. You can see the airport's open, folks. So, it's a manner for law-abiding individuals. Check! That under circumstances that warrant a justifiable and reasonable alarm or immediate concern for the safety of persons or property in the vicinity. Well, we've been rolling film this whole time, and the courts have already ruled that you cannot criminalize a constitutionally protected activity. Cannot criminalize a lawful activity. Among the circumstances which may be considered in determining whether such alarm or immediate concern is warranted is the fact that the person takes flight. Didn't do that. Refuses to identify. Gave him a business card before they asked. Manifestly endeavors to conceal himself or herself or any object. I smiled for the camera and showed you guys that picture he took. So, unless flight or other circumstances makes it impractical, a law enforcement officer shall, prior to any arrest for an offense under this section, afford the person an opportunity to dispel any alarm or immediate concern which would otherwise be warranted by requesting the person to identify himself or herself and explain his or her presence and conduct. Check, check, and check. No person shall be convicted of an offense under this section if the law enforcement officer did not comply with this procedure or if it appears at trial that the explanation given by the person is true and if believed by the officer at the time would have dispelled any alarm or immediate concern. That's what you guys just wrote me up for.